Hey friends, and welcome to a video from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite some time now, and thanks to some positive encouragement in the comment section about this type of subject, I decided to go ahead and do my 5 favorite things. And so these things that I'll be discussing with you today are my everyday carry items. These are things that, other than fragrances, and of course when I say my favorite things, of course, we're not talking about my family or, my Bible or things like that. But these are my everyday carry items that I use every single day for the most part. There may be one in there that I don't use every single day, but these are my 5 favorite things. Again, other than fragrances, because I talk about fragrances all the time with you, that are a part of my daily life. And so, as you can tell probably by the setup, we're going to start with number 1, and that is watches. I love watches. I wear a watch every day. Here is the watch that I've got on, and I'm trying some different things with lighting. And so if this video is not lit well, I apologize. I'm not a professional cinematographer, although I do watch a lot of George the Fragrance Apprentice's videos to try to get tips. But that watch on my wrist is my Seiko SZS B012, I think is the serial number on it, or the model number. And it is my favorite watch right now. It is a 41 millimeter version of the SARB, which is a really popular Seiko watch. This is a dress watch, and I'm keeping it on this strap that came with it because it's a really nice strap. Seiko gets a lot of criticism over their straps, but most people are griping about the strap on a less than $200 watch. Of course, on a very, very inexpensive watch, you're not going to get solid end links like this particular watch has. This is about a $500 watch, and so you get nicer parts on a nicer watch. If Rolex made a watch for $200, that bracelet would be tingy when you shook it, because it's going to have, rolled or pressed end links, not solid end links, and things of that nature. This watch here has the nicer deployment clasp and all that. It's, signed there. This is a really nice watch. Again, it's my favorite dress watch at the time. Show you just kind of not one of every style, because I've got field watches, I've got all these different things, but this is kind of one of each movement. And so this is a mechanical watch, all right? And so this watch has to be wound daily, and how you wind it is you unscrew the crown, you put just a little pressure, and it's kind of a touch thing. It took me a while to get used to it, because if you pull it out, obviously it'll start moving the hands. But this is what's called a mechanical movement, and this is a Vostok Komodierski with the brass. I put it on a nice leather NATO strap. I really like mechanical watches. Are just cool. That is the the way watches were made. You had to wind them. The power reserve on this watch is a couple of days, and then it'll need to be wound. I can't remember how many hours it is. It seemed like it's a 48 or maybe a 72 hour reserve. So then, after mechanical watches were invented, you got automatic watches, and this is my Seiko 5, and I can't remember the model number on it, but it's called the bottle cap, kind of because of the way the case is designed. Has that similar look to a tuna, And so this, being mechanical, you can hand wind this watch. And in fact, I usually do, but if you see in there, see that thing that's swinging back and forth? That rotates as you move your wrist, and it acts like instead of winding it with the crown and the stem, that rotator there rotates and winds the watch. And so this is called an automatic, which means it will automatically wind itself throughout the day. And if you wear it every day, chances are you won't have to wind your watch. Now over here, you see my box. I don't know, you can kind of see that movement going on right there. This box holds, let's see, 2, 4, 8. This watch box holds 12 watches. It will wind 4 watches. So I put my automatics up there in that top, and they spin, and it keeps them wound for me. So then the third kind of watch made was what is called a quartz watch. And Seiko engineered and pioneered the quartz watch movement industry. And so these run off of a battery. You put a battery in it, that battery will stay charged for 2, maybe 3 years. Just depends on if you've got, there's other things that you can add to it to make it last longer, like solar, or the last one I'll talk about, kinetic. In fact, I should have got my solar one out of the box. I've got a nice Seiko field watch. It's got a solar, so the solar cell will help charge the battery. But quartz movements almost bankrupted the Swiss watch industry. It was such an inexpensive way to make and to power a watch. The cases got real slender, skinny, because it didn't have all those moving parts in it, with the springs and the rotors and all that stuff. And this happens to be a Matthew Tissot, which is an old Swiss-made company. And this one is, you can see the second hand's not moving. I've got to change the battery in that watch. And then I talked about, so you've got quartz, they have a battery. Then this is kind of a hybrid. This is another engineering marvel that Seiko produced, and it's called the kinetic movement. And so what it does is it kind of takes the best of both worlds. You see, you've got that rotor back there that will spin. This watch has a battery inside, as well as having that kind of automatic. So it's almost like, and don't get me wrong, there's not an automatic movement in here, but what that rotor does is it charges a, and I'm not an electrician, so a capacitor, I believe is what it's called, that will then charge that battery. And so this is kind of like having the best of both worlds with, quartz and automatic kind of merge together to make this kinetic movement. One of the reasons why I really love Seikos is because they make high quality things. Now you can get very cheap Seikos, but pretty much you'll see from my list, I love quality at an affordable price. And that's why I really like Seikos, but as you can tell, I have a lot of different watch brands as well. So let's move the watches out of the way. Second thing on my list, and this is not a ranked list, I'm just telling you the 5 things that I love. Second thing on my list is I love, and I'm kind of brand loyal in some things, and so every day I've got to have sunglasses and glasses, and I like Ray-Bans. I've got several pairs, and I also like kind of classic, timeless designs. So I like the Aviator frames, and I like the Wayfarer frames. And like I said, I've got several pair. This is probably my favorite pair of Aviator sunglasses that I have. These are size 62, so I've got a big head, and these are a large frame, gold frame, black lenses, and the tortoise if I can get that to see that, the tortoise earpieces there. Sitting in front of a computer and being on a cell phone all the time, you need you a nice pair of blue light glasses. And man, I can tell I didn't clean my lenses. Y'all forgive me for that. But these are Wayfarer style. I believe this is the new Wayfarer style. And Ray-Ban, and these are my blue light glasses that I wear when I'm looking at the television, or excuse me, the computer screen all day long. Aviators, I've got them in silver, gold, black. My wife has got a tortoise shell pair, and she's got some silver aviators with pink lenses, and all of my kids have aviators, and my youngest son, he really likes the Wayfarer sunglasses. He's got a couple pairs of those. So second thing on my list is sunglasses, and then obviously blue light glasses. Third everyday carry on my list, something that my grandpa got me into when I was young, and that is pocket knives. And I am one of the many things that I like to do. I actually make handmade knives, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the pocket knife. You know, I make hunting style knives out of antlers and things of that nature. But I always have a pocket knife on me. And something I picked up from my grandpa a long time ago. He always had either a buck or a case or a Victorinox in his pocket at all times. And, you know, once I got grown, started being, you know, having to be in charge of taking care of things myself, I realized what a valuable tool having a pocket knife is, whether it's from opening letters, opening boxes, you know, cutting the strings off of something, trimming something. This is my dress knife, and again, I'm kind of brand loyal. When I find a brand that I really like, either stick with them or at least support them greatly. This is my dress knife. You can tell I'm big into bone and antler and things of that nature. But this is my dress knife. This is my suit pocket knife or my Sunday knife. And this blade here, this is a trapper style knife, wherein, I'll show you, this is a 2-blade. This is called a trapper style knife, which was used for, you know, hunting and trapping animals. Would not be my ideal knife for that today, because it's not a locking knife and you can really cut yourself. But I've designated this blade, this is my eating blade. And so if I'm out to dinner, see how nice and long and straight that is. I keep it sharp. If I don't want to use the knife that they have, or if they don't have a knife, or if I'm at the office and need a knife, that's my eating knife. And then this is called a rust lock, and so you can. The reason why this is an innovation, from the Case company. You can open this with one hand. That's why that is on there. This is called a clip point blade, wherein this one, you may be thinking, why do you have two knives that look so similar? Very different blade on this one, where you got a drop point or a spear point. And just this is going to be a thicker, heavier duty cutting I'm going to use with this. Precision cutting, I'm going to use this one here. You know, they were originally intended for different animal skinnings and things of that nature. But everyday carry, gotta have a pocket knife on me at all times. Even though I'm a business person, I work in an office, it's an essential. All right, number 3, let me look at my list here. I got knives, I got glasses, got watches. Oh, this is number 4. Leather shoes. And specifically, I like Johnston & Murphy is my brand of choice. Why do I like Johnston & Murphy? Because number 1, they're high quality. They're very well made. Now, they're not a bespoke brand as far as And well, I say that there are bespoke Johnson and Murphy places where you can get, handmade shoes, but they make a high quality, all leather, well made construction shoe that is super comfortable. The insides, I don't know if you can see it, but they're memory foam and sheepskin. They're super comfortable. Again, they're, I think, highly fashionable. They're very well made. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. Again, a pair of bespoke, wingtip dress boots like this, you're looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, and these are $250. And that's if you pay retail for them. I picked these up on clearance at Dillard's for $100. I've got 6 pair at the moment. I've got some tan moccasins. I've got some brown slip-ons. I've got the brown wingtip boots, black wingtip boots, and black wingtip dress shoes. And so I love Johnson Murphy leather shoes. All right, the last thing on my list is musical instruments. And if you've ever noticed in the background of my videos, over here and over here, there's always some musical instruments. I started playing music when I was, I guess, probably 6, 7 years old. I started playing the drums. My grandpa was a drummer. My dad was a bass player. My uncle was a lead player and a singer, and my aunt was a rhythm guitar player and a singer, and they all had a family band. And I started kind of playing the drums, and then started playing the guitar, and moved into playing saxophone when I got into school, and learned to play harmonica, piano, mandolin, banjo a little bit, bass, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and harmonica. I can't remember if I said it or not, but just a lot of instruments. And I'll try to roll some footage of the 2 that I have here. I'm not really brand loyal when it comes to instruments. I do have more acoustic guitars than anything. I've got a lot of bass guitars as well. I was a bass player, and then I've transitioned in my bluegrass and gospel music into playing acoustic guitar. This particular one here at the office is an Epiphone, and I forgot the model. I'll try to put that up on the screen when I roll some pictures of it. But it's a remake of an old classic from the 60s that they just come back out with. I have a Martin acoustic. I've got Taylor's. The one I play the most is the Blue Ridge BR 160. And music is just a part of my life. And even if I don't pick that instrument up every day in the office, it's here. I look at it. It's a part of who I am. It's a part of what I do. And it's just a part of my everyday things. So, hey, down in the comments, let me know, what are your everyday carry items other than fragrances? Everybody watching this channel is a fragrance lover. What are 4 or 5 things that you love and always have with you on a daily basis? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let me know if you want to see other, we're not going to change the format of the channel to this, but if you want to see a video like this maybe once a month, let me know. And if you don't, maybe don't let me know, just don't watch it. How about that? So I don't get my feelings hurt. Just kidding. You can tell me anything you want to. Just be kind and courteous. As always, we say, till we see you down the road, God bless. Frag on, frag fam. Have a great day.